Stanjabalisco here. It is 11 October 2018, a Thursday. Yesterday, I received no fewer than 4 telephone spam messages. 2 of them were what I call Zen messages. There was nothing, there was silence, and then it said end of message. And 2 of them were identical. The front parts were cut off, but it said something to the effect that my telephone number had been compromised and that I should call back this particular number, and then blah, 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 they gave me a number in order to get more information and rectify the situation. Well, needless to say, I deleted all of those emails without taking any action. But there were 4 of them, and in order to access my voicemail, I need to dial a total of, I don't know exactly what, please enter your telephone number, and then I have to enter the area code and the number. Please enter your password, and that's a 7-digit number, followed by the pound key. In both cases, I think they're followed by the pound key. Well, you can add up the numbers. To receive your voicemail, press 1. To listen to messages, then I have to press something like 15 digits or enough to identify every atom in the known universe, and then some, I suppose. It's a long journey to get to one of those voicemails, and unless I take them all at once. And then I guess it might say, you have 4 new messages, and I could dismiss them one by one more quickly. But that would also limit the number of times I could check my voicemail. If this problem were to continue to grow until I got not 4, but 40, or 400 such messages a day, my voicemail, my telephone would become useless unless I took some kind of action to filter the calls. Now, I am on the do not call list, but apparently the callers do not respect the do not call list. Maybe they're outside of the United States. They can apparently spoof any number they want. I've received bogus calls from calls from a bogus Internal Revenue Service, calls from all kinds of debt collectors, and saying, oh, I've been criminally prosecuted, and a whole lot of different things. And even on a couple of occasions, I called the local sheriff's department to ask if anything really was going on with me, and they said, oh, no. I just ignore those messages. They are, I don't know, maybe he did use the word phone spam, but that's what I call it. There wouldn't be any way to stop this that I know of, including call blocking or call filtering, because my internet and telephone service provider is powerless to do anything about what goes on when it comes from a country outside of the United States. So I'm going to ask you a question and leave comments open. I may have done this before, but I'm going to do it again if I have. What do you do, if anything, in order to prevent this from happening? Do you simply, is there a way, does your service provider have a list of numbers that you can accept and reject all others? What happens if you want to add a number to that list, or someone changes their number, or it gets so complicated with these telephones that I begin to think that maybe some other kind of solution would be in order. But what? I haven't had too much of a problem with email lately. Maybe that would work. But I have received, of course, everybody's received junk emails, and I've even, I think, received junk snail mail, which is definitely a crime. But if somebody some foreign country somewhere. I won't name one specifically so I don't make any country look bad, but you can probably imagine which ones they might be. If somebody decides they want to mess with the United States and disrupt their communications infrastructure, is there anything that at all that we can do about it, or are we simply powerless? Or must we threaten and possibly actually take some sort of retaliatory action until the communications media of the world become a great big virtual war zone? Is that where we're headed? Kind of makes me want to head to a great big, honest to God, real wilderness where there's no phone, no internet. I'd miss YouTube. Well, maybe I'd get on satellite internet or something. It just makes me want sometimes to ditch society and become a hermit. Not a survivalist so much as just a real, honest to goodness hermit. But what happens if I get lonely? But in order to have company, do I have to put up with this garbage? Tell me if you know, if you have come to some kind of solution, and what it is if you have. Stan Gibilisco signing off. Until next time, so long.